I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community, and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Oh, what's good? What's good? Hit that like button. Hit that fucking thumbs up button. Please. Pretty please if you're watching it. Sub if you ain't sub. So, everybody knows. If you don't know Candace Owens, she's like one of Trump's guinea pigs, one of Trump's bed wenches, I guess. she, her, Diamond and Silk. But she's a little more educated than Diamond and Silk. She carries herself sophisticated. And I was looking at these transcripts and all of this stuff, and apparently her and Cardi B got into it. And I'm looking at all these black blogs, and everybody's like, oh, Cardi B really told her. And I'm like, this is what I was talking about weeks ago when I said, remember Cardi B did that interview with Biden, and I said, the DNC literally gave her a transcript and said, hey, ask this, ask that, ask this. Don't bring up reparations. Don't bring up tax cuts. Don't bring up anything. You know, and so Candace Owens, who, like I say, does this. She's basically been used by Trump, and she's on her platform, and she does this podcast, and she's talking about how Cardi B's music has devalued black culture, how you're just you're you know promoting sex and little girls and all of this stuff, and then Cardi B gets mad, and then Cardi B goes and quotes and says, because Candace Owens like, why did she talk to Cardi B? Why is Joe Biden talking to Cardi B? So then Cardi B goes and says, you want to know why Joe got to talk to me, Candace? Because I had the #1 song, and yet my sister can't go to the beach in the Hamptons. And she puts this video of Candace Owens at the beach, I guess. Whatever. And then this is when they start going back and forth. And then she says, Cardi B says, the reason why Joe has to talk to me is because I have the #1 song in the country. I have a huge platform, and I can make millions go vote and get that man that used you. Basically saying that Trump used Candace Owens, which he did. But the same chance, you got used too. The same way Cardi B, the same way Trump used Candace Owens, it's the same way Biden is using Cardi B. And I'm like, then she says, I don't want to argue with you, Candace. I don't have time. Honestly, I feel sorry for you. She backed Cardi B into a corner, and Cardi B was not articulate enough to go back and forth with Candace Owens. She just wasn't. And then Candace goes on and replies and says, you're encouraging millions to go vote for a man that locked up an entire generation of black men, Joe Biden in the 1994 crime bill. And then she goes on and says, Joe Biden used you, Bernie Sanders used you, none of them like you or know your music. They think you're dumb. She's right. She's fucking right. And I'm not a Candace Owens fan, but she's fucking right. Okay, then she says, lastly, asking racist Joe Biden to lower your taxes in the same breath that you asked to free universal health care is about as thick as it gets. When you stick to music, you can get left alone. When you dabble in politics, you'll get called out for platform and ignorance. Oof. I say, Cardi B, like I say, when it comes to stripping advice and how to be a slut, she talk all day. Politics, please, shut up. And I'm not even the type of person that, I don't even act like I know all politics. I know the basics. But it is what it is. So then Cardi goes on and says, and you're encouraging millions to go vote for a man who laughed every time a black man gets killed by a cop and tells millions of Americans to drink bleach. Trump didn't even have you talking at the Republican convention. He thinks you're dumb. Massa, you did dirty, but you mad at me. Massa did you dirty, but you mad at me. Cardi B, it's kind of hard reading Cardi B's tweets. Then Candace says, produce the clip of Trump laughing at black people getting killed. You lying fraud. I was about to ask that because I didn't see that. But turned down filming spot. She says she turned down the filming spot for the RNC convention. And 3, she says you encourage millions of young girls to spread their legs, and you admitted to date raping men, so don't even start on the bleach lie. Oof, Candace got her again. She's 2-0. Y'all might not like it. I don't like Candace Owens either, but she killed Cardi B. She fucking killed this bit. Then she goes on and says, Cardi B says, well, paying taxes is something that I do as much as I hate. I will always have to pay, but I'd rather pay my tax money for free education and police funding, use my money on something useful. In all caps, your president uses our tax money to fund his empty ass campaign runs, and she laughs. And then Candace goes and says, your tax dollars already go to free education, genius. No campaign uses tax dollars for funding. That is illegal. And then she says, defunding police, uh, it means have to lead to 200% increase in black men getting shot in inner cities. Stop supporting black people dying. I guess she means by that when you brand these people's names like Breonna Taylor, uh, Eric Gardner. I guess you branding people's names. She fucking ripped her asshole. I'm sorry, man. She did. You know, she had no business talking politics, and she fell for the bait. Candace Owens did this on purpose, and Cardi B fell for the fucking bait. And then Cardi B goes on and says, because Candace Owens is pregnant, your baby singing wop, 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 this dry ass pussy. And Candace says, how attacking the unborn child, how very Democrat of you. While I have you, did you know your party has supported the slaughter of over 18 million black babies since 1973? I guess she's going back to like the abortion, Planned Parenthood thing. This is some shit, man. she she fucking she destroyed Cardi B, and I'm like, are we gonna be honest? Can we please be honest and tell the truth? Because I know it's hard for you to admit, and that's why I'm looking at these blogs saying Cardi B did. I'm like, huh? You know. Now, uh, she also goes on. Cardi B says that she has an identity crisis. She thinks because she's black, she doesn't give a fuck about blacks. Yada yada yada. Then she goes on and says, Owens gets back and says, so you're going to tell me she's just now going to show her face in all these videos? She shows her face no matter what. So stop, Cardi B. Stop hiding. Stop reading your DNC script. You look ridiculous. Did I not say that 2 weeks ago that she was reading the fucking script when she was talking to Joe Biden? I'm telling you. Now she goes on and says one of the biggest insults if black Americans are not insulted by the fact Joe Biden has been hiding in his basement, for the entire year. Because that's what his answer was when they asked him about the pandemic. What were you doing? He said he was quarantining. You made an appearance to come out because he was doing an interview with Cardi B. Do we have nothing else better to offer? And she says, Joe Biden, you are pandering. You look at Cardi B's Instagram and you see she has millions of followers and you think, okay, this is an illiterate person. And if I can appeal to this illiterate person, they think she's cool. She's hip just by sitting here and taking this interview. Black people will vote for me. It's basically saying, black people, you are stupid, you are dumb, you are foolish. I said the same fucking thing. And I'm not a Republican. I don't support Trump, but I'm just telling it like it is. She fucking got she took Cardi B out of here, man. She did. And then Cardi B's response is, you know why Joe got to talk to me? Because I had the #1 song. Yeah, and it has nothing to do with. Yeah, I mean, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. And then Candace finishes and says, never listen to a person that has private security but wants the police defunded. Never listen to a millionaire that has made it here in America but trashes our country. I disagree with that part. These Hollywood idols are frauds leading sheep down paths they never took when they discovered success. Now that part is real also. And I'll throw in the Malcolm X clip. Yeah, so that was his bad business for Cardi B. She made herself look stupid. She probably disappointed a lot of black folks who were rooting for her, even if they don't like her, just because they just hate Candace Owens. I wanted Candace Owens to lose the debate. I really did. But Candace Owens is smart because she always finds herself debating people who aren't as articulate as she is. I remember her and T.I. went at it last year at the Revolt Summit, and T.I. had nothing for her. He was just talking regular street shit, and she just destroyed him verbally because she's more educated. If you're not really deep into politics or educated, I don't care how right you are and how wrong their perspective is, it just doesn't sound as good when you guys have a debate. And it's the same thing with Cardi B. Cardi B got fucking verbally destroyed. She got humiliated. And all her comebacks were whop this, whop that. I got the #1 song. You're being used. Just like Bernie Sanders used you, just like Hillary Clinton used half of the hip hop community, you're being used, you're being played. You know, it's a shame. Somebody had to tell this girl the truth, and she got embarrassed. I just want the blogs to tell it like it is. This girl, she's a fucking idiot. Yo, y'all go ahead, man. Let me know what y'all think about Candace Owens destroying Cardi B.